I'll do. I'm just down at my local track to test out my new GoPro 360 helmet cam. Something I knocked together in the garage yesterday. Let's have a little look. Yeah, so this took me about 3 hours to make. Cost me £2.50 for the caster wheel. Rest of the bits and pieces I'd lying about in my garage. Let's see if it works. Okay, yeah, so I'm pretty happy with the footage from that. Not bad for a first attempt. So let me just talk you through what it's made out of. So the poles themselves, lightweight steel poles, actually came off a freestanding canvas wardrobe thingy-majig. I think that came from like B&M, and we threw it out a couple of years ago and I kept hold of the poles. So they've came in useful, nice and light and rigid. I've seen people use UPVC pipe for this. It looks a bit flexy and it's also quite a bit thicker, so it just stands out more. So for the business side, we've got what was a 40mm caster wheel, modified and cut down and attached to a quick release GoPro mount. Let's see if I can get this off one-handed. Yep. There we go, just about. Little wiggle. So, yeah, I've seen tutorials on how to make these and people have bolted them through their helmet. So that means drilling your helmet and having a bolt sitting right on the top of your head. So I didn't really fancy that too much. So I've gone for the quick release route, just a lot safer. And if you do have a crash, then it's, you know, it's going to snap off here rather than breaking your neck, I suppose. Again, the poles are very thin walled, so they'd bend in a crash as well, so that absorbs some of the impact. So it's hopefully a relatively safe piece of kit. Sorry for the wobbly cam. Down at this end is a counterbalance weight, and that was made from an old pull cord light switch handle that I had knocking about. It was pretty weighty. I've glued a couple of washers to it. Actually slides up and down inside the pole, so you can actually fine-tune the balance point on there, which is pretty nice. It's a pretty good friction fit, so I got lucky with that. And at the business end, got an old buckle mount, GoPro buckle mount. Shaved it down a little bit, glued it on using epoxy resin, and I've just got that band round at the moment just because I don't quite trust the epoxy yet, so I might rivet that on or bolt that on, but at the moment it's doing okay. So yeah, there it is, £2.50 to make, plus bits I'd knocking about. If anybody's interested in putting one together themselves, I'm happy to do a tutorial. So yeah, cheers for watching. Okay, so after that little test ride, I'm back in the garage where the magic happens, just to make a few adjustments. I was really happy with the way the unit worked on its first outing, but if you see here where the camera's mounted to the pole on that little GoPro buckle mount, I've actually riveted that in place now. Was held in with epoxy resin. It was getting a little bit wobbly, didn't trust it, but that's going nowhere now. Likewise, this length of pole's made from 2 separate poles, and they join together quite nicely, and then held in place again with epoxy. Again, getting a little bit wobbly, so if in doubt, put in a rivet. So that's going nowhere now, really solid. The overall length is, at the moment, is 136 centimetres. So yeah, it's nowhere near long enough for the state required social distancing rules, so it's not much use for that at the moment. However, Mark II is going to see me getting a couple of pound shop selfie sticks with the telescopic arms. I'm going to attach those to either end of the pole, and with this another GoPro that I've borrowed from work, we're going to be putting a GoPro up this end as well. So I'm going to remove this weight unit, which just slides out, mount another buckle mount, and then I'm going to have a 180 360 swivel cam. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about that. But yeah, so the footage should be pretty good. So I'm looking to hopefully get that done tomorrow, if the bits arrive in time, ready for a little bit of a test ride at Cannock Pump Track this Saturday. So yeah, really looking forward to it. I think we'll probably get some pretty nice footage. So for something that cost me £2.50 and some bits I'd lying about in my garage, yeah, happy with that. Catch you later.